Welcome back to our True Crime channel, where we break down what's happening in our cities and beyond. Today we're talking about something heavy. Minneapolis is in the middle of a violent crisis. In just under 24 hours, multiple shootings have rocked the city, leaving at least 4 people dead and several others hurt. This is serious, and we're diving into what went down, why it's happening, and what it means for the community. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. All right, let's set the scene. It's the beginning of May, and Minneapolis is still on edge. According to the news outlets, this all started a few days ago on Tuesday night, April 29th. On the south side of town, in Powderhorn neighborhood, around 10 p.m., 3 people, 2 guys and a woman, were killed in a single shooting. Police are saying it might be gang-related, and witnesses describe a chaotic scene with bullets flying and people running for cover.
Captures the moments before first responders get to the scene. You see the vehicle cross the street and hop the curb before it comes into frame in this second angle. We can see a man walking back and forth, and the last time he can be seen in the video was just minutes before first responders pulled a victim out of the car and began CPR.
Then on Wednesday afternoon, another shooting just blocks away took a 4th life. A man in his 30s gunned down near 38th in Chicago. That's 4 deaths in less than a day. But it didn't stop there. At least 3 other shootings happened in the same 24 hours, leaving people wounded across the city. One hit near Lindell Avenue, where 2 men were shot, but are expected to pull through. Another in North Minneapolis left a teenager fighting for their life. The police department is calling this an outrageous outbreak of violence. Chief Brian O'Hara went on record saying one of these shootings was targeted and another might have been retaliatory. Check out this clip from his press conference.
Information indicates that this was a targeted shooting, which means that this was not random.
Then around 1 p.m., a man in his 30s was shot and killed outside the Red Lake Nation Embassy. KARE 11 confirmed someone called a security guard at the embassy just minutes before this shooting took place, informing them that retaliatory violence was about to occur. The embassy says the victim was not a member of the embassy. Police Chief Brian O'Hara also says a bullet passed through an SUV and nearly missed an infant and a toddler inside the car.
This is outrageous. It's absolutely senseless. And it just shows how completely reckless this is. That this is broad daylight out here with a toddler and an infant in a car seat nearly getting hit by a bullet. It's outrageous. Enough.
You can hear the frustration in his voice, right? And it's not just the police feeling it.
In a South Minneapolis neighborhood with deep Native American roots.
Just unbelievable what we're going through.
Heavy hearts are carrying immeasurable pain.
All I know is that my people are dying and it's gotta stop. It hurts and I don't know what to do to help.
Too shaken up to be on camera, a woman who lives in this building says she watched from her apartment window as her cousin attempted CPR on a man shot in broad daylight.
I live on the top floor and I came downstairs and myself and another woman grabbed my cousin to get her to stop because he was gone. She didn't know him. She was just trying to save his life, and she's not okay. She's not okay. This is not okay.
Minneapolis police say the man in his 30s was killed just 12 hours after 3 others.
I honestly believe that we are in the beginnings of a gang war here in Minneapolis, South Side.
Mike Forsha is the chairman of the American Indian Movement. These killings, he says, are the result of a community that has been neglected by people in power for generations.
We need the resources. We need those dollars spent in our community so we can make that change. But we're just getting the crumbs.
If you are not at the table, helping to advise policy, helping to make decisions, hearing it from the bottom up, that you're on the menu. And unfortunately, what we saw today is what it means to be on the menu.
Joe is a part of the Many Shields Warrior Society.
It's better than not trying at all.
A group of Native men dedicated to protecting their neighborhoods by patrolling them and helping in any way they're needed.
Play a more active role in whether it be your own kids' lives or just that neighborhood kid who never really has anybody looking out for him.
Looking out for one another as the neighborhood in grief copes with so much pain.
My heart hurts for our people.
We were scrolling through X and people are shook. One user posted that the police are throwing everything at this. Patrols, tech, like ShotSpotter, and even federal help to track illegal guns. But let's be real, this isn't a cop problem. This is a community problem, and it's got deep roots. So what's fueling this? A lot of folks pointed to systemic issues. Poverty, no opportunities, and way too many guns on the streets. Minneapolis has been through this before. 2020 and 2021 were rough with spikes in violence. Things had been calming down. The city went 2 months without a homicide. Then boom, 4 deaths in a day. It's a wake-up call, and it's got people asking, how do we stop this cycle? Right now, the police are stepping up. Well, allegedly anyways. They're increasing patrols in hotspots and working with feds to crack down on illegal firearms. But the community's fighting back too. Groups like Mad Dads and the Minneapolis Peace Collaboration are out there, hosting vigils, talking to kids, trying to keep them off the streets and out of trouble. Mayor Frey's talking about more money for preventative programs, but a lot of people say it's not happening fast enough.
Entire city is grieving right now, and we know that our Native community is feeling that trauma quite acutely.
These victims were real people. Someone's brother, sister, friend.
Joey Goodwin was one of 3 people shot and killed just before midnight in South Minneapolis. Flowers and balloons now sway where this tragedy unfolded. For his family, the pain isn't new.
His brother was also killed, I believe, back in October. So their family has been through a lot of loss.
Those 2 girls, they're so innocent. They were so sweet, so pure.
Melise and Morel White, born together at birth, now separated forever.
I had an idea, but I didn't want to believe it.
Cheyenne Smallwood tells Fox 9 she knew her younger cousins were going out Tuesday night, but she didn't expect them to be shot at East 25th Street near Bloomington Avenue in Minneapolis. Minneapolis police found Morel White dead inside a vehicle.
She had big things going for her.
Melise White was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries.
Bullet had went into her cheek. There was no exit wound, so it was still in the roof of her mouth. They had to reconstruct everything. Everyone's hurt. Everyone, why? And knowing that this is like a native on native type of deal, it's like, why would you do that? Why?
Now Melise is left to pick up the pieces and go on in life without her twin sister, her other half.
Another victim had died. This morning, newly unsealed charging documents paint a better picture of exactly what happened Tuesday night when 5 people were shot near Bloomington Avenue and East 25th Street. According to the complaint, the lone survivor identified James Ortley as the gunman, telling police he was sitting in the rear passenger seat of a vehicle when he opened fire, shooting each person in the head at point-blank range. Ortley, who goes by several street names, including Little James and Baby J, was then seen on surveillance video getting out of that car and leaving the scene. While the eyewitness, who is still recovering in the hospital, says Ortley knew one of the victims, the motive for this shooting is still unclear. Police say he is a known member of the Native Mob, a violent street gang. Yesterday afternoon, police arrested the suspected gunman in the Cedar Riverside neighborhood. James Ortley, who has a lengthy criminal history, is currently being held on a $2 million bond. The 34-year-old facing numerous charges, including 4 counts of second-degree murder. He is scheduled to make his first appearance in court at 1:30 this afternoon. Ortley, by the way, is also charged with being a felon in possession of a firearm. And Kelly, it's worth noting that he was arrested in connection to a violent crime spree we reported back on in February, but he was released from jail 2 days later because the 36-hour hold was allowed to expire before ever being charged.
So where do we go from here? Minneapolis is hurting, no doubt. 4 lives gone, families broken, neighborhoods scared. This is bigger than one city, y'all. It's about how we take care of each other and how we build communities where people feel safe and valued. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think needs to change? Like the video and share it to spread the word, and let's keep the conversation going. That's it for today. Stay safe, stay aware, and we'll catch you in the next one.